Hello, everyone. This is Professor Francis here with another HESI question from our applicants. Okay, this time we have a question. It's asked us to which is larger, 3.76 or 3 3/4? Okay, so what we must do is they're in different formats. One is in a decimal format, one is in a fraction format. So we must equate these by writing both of them in the same format, right? So we have two options. We can either choose a fraction or a decimal. Let's go for, we're going to do both in this session. So let's go for the fraction first. I'm sorry, let's go for the decimal first, all right? So the first number is 3.76. That's already in decimal format. So we're going to write the second number in decimal format. How do we do that? Well, it's 3 3/4, right? So the whole number part just stays the same, right? Whole number part just stays the same, right? Stays same. So that's going to just be 3, right? The fractional part, we have to convert the fractional part to a decimal. Right, we can do that very easily by simply realizing that this bar here in the fractional part is a division bar. So we can just go on our calculator and divide 3 by 4 to convert that fraction onto a decimal. So let's go ahead and do that. And when we do, we get 0.75, right? So 3 divided by 4 equals 0.75. So that's our fractional part. Now we write them together. So this is our fractional part here. Written as a decimal. So now we're going to write them together. The whole part was here, 3. Writing together, we get 3.75. So our second number, so 3 3/4, right, equals 3.75. It should not be there. It's a line. Make sure this is clear for you guys. Equals 3.75. Now we can compare our 3.75, 3 3/4 to this the original number 3.76. When we compare the two, we see which is larger, right? Which is larger, 3.76 or 3.75? Obviously, 3.76 is larger. So our answer is 3.76 is larger. All right. So that's it. Now we could have went the other way and converted into fractions, right? So we could have kept the 3 3/4. Oops. That was a decimal choice we did. Let me describe that. So this part here, what we just did, this was all decimal portion, right? That was a decimal part. All right. This was a decimal part right here. So this was decimal comparing. So we compare as decimal. Now let's compare them. Let's do the other way. Let's do the convert one of them to the fractional format and compare them as fractions. And we're going to see we're going to come up with the same answer. All right. So we have 3 3/4. That was one fraction. Now we have to convert the decimal to a fraction of the decimal 3.76. We're going to go ahead and convert. Again, we're going to keep the 3, and we're just going to convert this 7.76 to fractions. The way we do that is remembering the place value system that we've learned so long ago, value system, where if we have the number 0, this is 3.76, right? 3 is in the ones place, right? And then to the right of the decimal point, the first one is a 1/10. place, right? To the right of that, this is kind of sloppy, sorry guys. Uh, the next one is smaller. It's in the 100ths place, right? So we're going to look at the decimal portion of the digit, the last digit in the decimal is 6, right? And we see that its place is 100, so we're going to make that the denominator of our fraction. We're looking at the 6 here, which is the last digit in our decimal part, right? And the place for that is 100, so we're going to use that 100 in the denominator, and then we're just going to write the decimal portion of the number above that. So it's going to be 76. Okay, so 3.6 equals 3. This is 3.76. 3.76 equals 3 and 76 hundredths, right? So now we have to get an equivalent. We have to get this fractional portion here in the 3/4, 3 3/4 to 100, right? We want to write with the same decimal so we can equate them. So we have to get an equivalent ratio, a fraction of 3/4 using 100 as the denominator. The way we do that is we simply multiply the top and bottom of the fractional portion by 25, right? Uh, I picked 25 because 4 times 25 is 100, and that will give us the denominator that we need. So we go ahead and do that. So 3 times 100, 3 times 25 equals 75. 3 and 4 times 25. And remember, to get equivalent fractions, we have to multiply top and bottom by the same number. The number we chose was 25 because we need to get 100 in the denominator, and 4 times 25 equals 100. So this is going to be 3 and 75 hundredths. Now we can compare these two. They both have the same denominator, and we see that 3 and 75 hundredths is definitely smaller than 3 and 76 hundredths. So again, 3.76 is larger. And that's it, guys. So I hope this helped. All right. If it did, please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next question.